Hey everybody, for this week 4, we're going to do the same thing we did last week. The lectures are online. They're really short. Each one of them is its own topic. So, just take a look at them. I tend to, focus on the big picture. I don't go down, little rabbit holes in these things. Again, there's going to be a lecture, quote unquote, reinforcement, just to help focus on some of the important topics. But remember, these lectures are help prepping you for the midterm, and they really do contain all the important theoretical stuff that we're going to be applying starting in the next few weeks and carrying through to the final project. So how we see is really important, and perception. These topics are critical to why we even bother with data visualization. It's all about efficiency and reducing the cognitive load. And not forcing people to really think and do computations and remember things as they look from one place in your graphic to another. Making things jump out at people. The Gestalt Principles, they're okay. They're definitely interesting, and you can't take a data viz class without at least touching on these. Change blindness is pretty interesting. This limits why heat maps and choropleth maps are pretty tough for us to decode specific values from. Magnitude detection, I would say this last graph that you can kind of see here is just a mind blower. It's pretty interesting, but this one doesn't relate as much, I think, as the rest. But all of these have to do with this culminating one, the effectiveness rankings. This is that research I told you about the first week, Cleveland and McGill, and it's been built on over and over again. But how do people extract actual numbers from graphics? What are we most easily, or what are we most effective when we're looking at graphics? Is it, lengths, or we talked about pie charts and we're trying to read angles, or, weird pie-shaped or triangular areas, or arc lengths? What are we most effective at extracting actual values from when we're looking at, different shapes or sizes or colors? So this is the culmination of all of the different topics that I cover in these short videos. And it's what data viz is all about. So if you were going to make me a set of pie charts instead of putting a comparison in a bar graph, I would force you to explain to me how it's more effective for me to see the information that you're trying to convey, in angles and arc lengths versus just measuring, areas or bar lengths or things like that. So yeah, definitely pay close attention to this last one in particular. Take a look at the reading assignment. None of these are onerous. They're things you should be able to kind of glance through, read through, and then get a real, almost like a refresher of everything we've talked about in the previous weeks. The 2 assignments are a little bit different. This multivariate one is just like last week. It's super short and straightforward. How do you make a scatter plot? How do you compare 2 different variables against each other? Just start looking at the relationship. As one thing increases, does the other thing increase or decrease, or is there no relationship at all? And how we can start putting more than 2 things by maybe varying the size of the points that you're mapping on your grid, or the color, or a combination. Fix this graphic is totally different. In this assignment, and I give you a couple extra days, it's due, you have almost 2 weeks for this one. But I'm going to give you an ugly poster about a recycling day in Logan, and I want you to fix it. I want you to take what you've been hearing about in these lectures about reducing chart junk and creating some kind of hierarchy. Look at the message from the poster that I give you and figure out what the main message is, and then maybe what the secondary message is, and rework this poster. You might want to even start from scratch. It's a PowerPoint slide. You can work in PowerPoint if you want to, or on the assignment page, I've got an introduction to a website called Canva. This is a free web-based graphic design platform. It's super easy to use, and you can just go in and design a poster, use a template, and just put the information that's necessary and create a new recycling day poster for Logan. But the idea is to get rid of the ugly, get rid of the ineffective, and make it focused. I get it that posters are supposed to grab people's attention. It can still do that, but it can be focused and easy to read. right? Imagine somebody is walking by this poster quickly. What do they need to learn from it? What needs to stick in their head? All right, so have some fun with that. We're going to post those images that you create. You need to save it as a JPEG or a PNG file. And then you're going to put that right onto a discussion board. And then you have a couple days to provide some feedback to your classmates, 3 of them. Here's a demonstration of how to upload and show the actual poster in the reply post so you're not, or in the reply so that you're not just having a link to a PDF. I don't want links. I want people to be able to see the work as they scroll through the discussion. All right? So that's this week. We're going to keep it online, and I am super available. I just need you to email me and say, Shannon, I have a question. We'll set up a Zoom. You can get in touch with Jesse as well. He's around, and we're both here to help. But we're gonna this format's working really well right now. So anyway, let me know if you have any questions, and we'll hopefully see you the following week.